Hi fellow viewers to everybody. My name is Steve. I'm the owner of this video account. By the way, this is this necrological video is totally complete because the one I made the previous video about the India's female Prime Minister Indira Gandhi was just only a simple necrological video. To all viewers, I have some good news. This time it will be totally complete, and I'll try my best that the important details I already mentioned. Okay. By the way, to give you a feedback of this India's the only female prime minister, I'll give you a little background which derives from my simple necrological video. This one is totally complete and from her birth until her death. Okay. Indira Gandhi was born on November 19, 1917 in Allahabad, that's under Prayagraj in India. In the Indian history, she's the third Prime Minister of India, meaning in the Indian history. So that's my analysis. She's the first and only female Prime Minister of India. She is known as the Iron Lady of India. That is according to the former U.S. Secretary of State Henry Kissinger. That's the reason why she was called Iron Lady of India. They chose her as Prime Minister of India because she is a central figure of the Indian politics as the leader of Indian National Congress. So that's the Indian politics that they are running for. She received several awards. In 1972, she was the recipient of the Bharat Ratna. That is the Mexican Academy Award for Liberation of Bangladesh, because there was a war that time between India and Pakistan. Because Pakistan that time, there was West Pakistan and East Pakistan. So that's the reason why there was a country called Bangladesh. That's it. She received the second annual medal of Food Agricultural Organization, or FAO, in 1973. So that's it. Then in 1976, she received a biggest achievement, which is the Sahitya Vachaspati, that is Hindi, by Nagari Pracharini Sabha. That's the biggest achievement award that when she was in the politics as a prime minister. So that's it. I check her educational background. She came to Somerville College in 1937 to read modern history. Then many things happened actually in her educational background. She returned to India without completing her studies at Oxford. She also studied in Oxford University. That's in England. Somerville College is in located at London, England also. Later, she was awarded an honorary degree by the Oxford University. So she did not expect that she will receive an honorary degree when she was already a prime minister that time. By the way, I'd like to inform that she was during her politics, she was criticized as the Gunji Gudia. That's the criticisms against her that time. So that's it. Then family background. She's her parents are Jawaharlal Nehru, the first prime minister of India. That is her father. Her mother's name is Kamala Nehru. So her mother died early that time when she was teenager that time. She has a younger brother who died I think infant, and there was no name. That is the family background. Then she married Feroz Gandhi. That's her husband from 1942 to 1960. It's just only 18 years because she did not expect that her husband will die heart attack. So that's it. Then they had two sons. Rajiv is the eldest and Sanjay is the youngest. This one. During her, by the way, her prime minister started 1966. That was her first term as a prime minister. As what I've said past few minutes, she's the one who declared war. There was a war between India and Pakistan. The East Pakistan was created to a country named Bangladesh. That's the reason why she had an award in 1972. So that's it. Then during as the first term prime minister, there was 14 commercial banks. It became nationalized. That happens in July 1969. That is her work as a prime minister. So meaning that time it became national, because the reason why it became nationalized because the credit borrowers in India, they will give the higher not on aside from interest, higher amount. So that's it. Then many things happen. Then she's the only prime minister that has 4 terms. First term is 1967 to 1971. Then next was 1971 to 1975. Then after that second term, something happened. She was prison for 6 years. Then she declared a state of emergency. I don't know what happened. It was a very historical. That's the most controversial. Then she was running another term, but she failed. So 1977 to 1975. So many things happened. Then during her last term, 1980 was her third term. Then 1984 was her fourth term before her assassination. Okay, speaking of assassination, something happened on June 1 and 8, 1984. So there was an operation called Operation Blue Star. Operation Blue Star is the one, there are investigative findings that if you are familiar, the Golden Temple that's located in Amritsar, that's under Punjab. That's it. Actually, the issue there is they are planning to make the Sikh, SIKH, is planning to establish a country that in which Indira Gandhi did not allow to make a country. So she's against, she opposed. So what she did, she sent army troops and heavy tanks to control the peace and order, but it was a bloodiest temple that happened. It was called Golden Temple and Akal Takht. That's the if I'm not mistaken, it is known as the Harmandir Sahib or Darbar Sahib. That's in the city of Amritsar, under the province of Punjab. Punjab, India. That's boundary in Pakistan. So that's the reason. The bad news is many Sikh died in that temple, and one of them is the Sikh militant leader Jarnail Singh Bhindranwale. Very sad. He's so young. 20. He died at age 27. So that's it. Then October 31, October 31. So many things happened also. She was assassinated by her two Sikh bodyguards at her house in Safdarjung Road, that's in New Delhi. The one who killed her is Satwan Singh and Beyant Singh. Satwan Singh is the one who fired 30 rounds from his submachine gun, so the whole body. And Beyant Singh he drew .38 caliber pistol, so he fired 3 times. So that's my necrological findings. After the incident, she was brought in All India Institute of Medical Sciences, or AIIMS, at 9:30 in the morning. Then so there was recovered bullet shells in her body. It's only 7 out of 33, because she was shot 3 plus 30, 33 times in her body. Then in afternoon at 2:20 p.m. she was pronounced dead on arrival. So she died at age 66. So that's it. Then by the way, I like to inform to the viewers, in the Indian tradition, if your religion is Hinduism, so they have a Hindi tradition. Once you are dead or you died, they must cremate your body. So no choice. So she was cremated. So that's it. Based on my findings, she survived an only son, Rajiv, because by the way, her son Sonjay was died on plane crash 1980, the youngest. So she did not expect that will happen. So there is one left that time, Rajiv, the pilot. Then he was the successor of her son. So that's it. Then she survived her grandchildren. First is Varun, the grandson under Sanjay. Then Rahul and Priyanka. By the way, Priyanka is granddaughter. Rahul is grandson under Rajiv. That's it. Then, as what I've said, if you are a Hindu, once a person is a Hindu, you will be cremated. That's their religious tradition. So November 3, 1984, so after October 31, she was cremated at Shakti Sthal, that is located in New Delhi. So if you're a tourist, it's found in Shakti Sthal, New Delhi, India. So I hope that this video will learn a lesson, and at least this is already complete details, because the previous video that I made is a simple necrological video. I hope you understand my situation, because when I composed this necrological video, it was not yet complete that time, so I made a simple. By the way, this time this is the most complete necrological video. And by the way, the next necrological video that I will make is more on noted personalities, because this is very important, because she is the first and only female Prime Minister in India. So that's it. I hope that you learn a lesson, something, and catch up the whole personal background why Indira Gandhi was assassinated. So that's it. Okay, thank you for listening in this video. Good morning.